When you can't change the direction of the wind, adjust your sails. Let us begin our today's lesson with the poem Wind, written by the greatest Tamil poet Subramania Bharati. He wrote this poem in the pre-independence India, and later it was translated by A.K. Ramanujan in English. This poem is based on the natural phenomenon called wind that can be both good and evil, constructive and destructive depending on the circumstances and the attitude of people. There are at least 4 different facets of wind as presented in the poem: a naughty child, a raging destructive youth, a very helpful friend, and a powerful God. Now, let us find out some of the poetic devices used by the poet in this poem. You can notice the second, third, and fourth line begins with don't. Similarly, line number 6, 7, and 8 begins with you. So where the consecutive lines begins with the same word, this poetic device is known as anaphora. Same in the line number 6, 7, and 8, the wind is addressed as you, and you can notice in the line number 13, it begins with he. So first he addressed the wind in the second person, and in line number 13 he addressed as a third person. So this is known as personification, as well as these are symbolic. So this poetic device is also known as symbolism. Now let us go to the line number 12, where the line reads, the wind god winnows. Wind and winnows begins with the same consonant sound. Then in the last part of the poem, fires roar and flourish, F and F. So this poetic device is known as alliteration, where the consonant sound is repeated in the nearest words. Then you can notice the lines: frail, crumbling houses, crumbling doors, crumbling rafters, crumbling wood, crumbling bodies, crumbling lives, crumbling hearts. So the particular word crumbling is repeated several times in this poem, and this poetic device is known as repetition. So let's now begin with the first part of the poem. Wind, come softly. Don't break the shutters of the windows. Don't scatter the papers. Don't throw down the books on shelves. There, look what you did. You threw them all down. You tore the pages of the books. You brought rain again. Here, you can see the violence and destructive power of the wind. Although the poet requests the wind to blow gently, but it doesn't accept the plea. The wind blows violently and causes destruction, such as it breaks the shutters of the windows, scatters the papers, and throws down books on the shelves. Now, question may come to your mind: you brought rain again. How does wind bring rain? It is quite natural. Wind does bring rain in real life. It blows the heavy dark clouds filled with water over to other areas, and when the wind pushes the clouds heat each other and release the water in the form of rain. Now in the second part of the poem, if we can read between the lines, it reads, You are very clever at poking fun at weaklings. Frail, crumbling houses, crumbling doors, crumbling rafters, crumbling wood, crumbling bodies, crumbling lives, crumbling hearts. The wind god winnows and crushes them all. Here we can see fun of Almighty Wind God. The poet has regarded wind as God. He says that he makes fun at the weak persons and things. The first blowing wind destructs weak houses, weak doors, and weak bodies. What does the poet want to explain by crumbling lives and crumbling hearts? Let us find out. Many lives are lost when wind wreaks havoc. The lives of the survivors are shattered too because their loved ones are dead and their homes and property are destroyed. They are left with no hope in life. Now, as the poet has addressed the wind god who is winnowing, what does it mean when he speaks the wind god winnows? The poet, in fact, says that the wind helps us in winnowing, which generally means removing the chaff from the grains. Wind god winnows metaphorically means removing the weak bodies from the strong bodies. Now, in the last part of the poem, the poet suggests he won't do what you tell him. So, come, let's build strong homes. Let's joint the doors firmly. Practice to form the body, make the heart steadfast. Do this, and the wind will be friends with us. The wind blows out weak fires. He makes strong fires roar and flourish. His friendship is good. We praise him every day. Here, in the later part of the poem, Subramania Bharati suggests us to build strong houses and strong doors. We must be healthy physically as well as mentally. It will help the wind to be our friend. So, to sum up the poem, people with strong physics and mind are able to stand and face odds and obstacles of life. In fact, the poem is written in a spirit of patriotic fervor, as the poet himself was an Indian independence activist. During the British rule from 1600 to 1947, Indians were much similar to the weaklings the poet is presenting in the poem. Indians felt inferior in front of the mighty British. The mighty British ruled the weak Indians because the latter were weak and unorganized. When the Indians requested the British to have pity, the British grew more dominantly until the weak began its struggle against the strong. So, we must learn to face the hardships and the adversities of life. And we must remember, the pessimist complains about the wind, the optimist expects it to change, and the realist adjusts the sails. Thank you.